Hi there guys, thanks for coming back to the channel, and today you're joining me in a 2015 Jaguar XF Sportbrake. This particular one is the 2.2 turbo diesel and it is the R-Sport model. There are various different models across the Jaguar range, including the SE, the Premium Luxury, the R-Sport of course, the R-Sport Black Edition, the list goes on and on. But it's just something about them. You'll see it referenced across different Grand Tour episodes or BBC Top Gear episodes. There's just something about them really quite cool in the Jaguar lineup. Doesn't matter which Jag you go for, everyone goes, oh, it's a Jag. Like, it's just one of those things that's said. I really do quite like them though. I think they look really good, especially the Sportbrake, which is obviously what Jaguar call their estates. This particular one is finished in a metallic Italian racing red, which, believe it or not, was about a £1,300 option from factory. It also has upgraded 19-inch 1008 grey alloy wheels. It's got the rear privacy glass. I've got these really comfortable leather and Alcantara heated seats. The leather and Alcantara part of that would have been a standard option, but the heated seats were additional extras, much as the Meridian sound system, which is a phenomenal system to have in these cars. It's really quite good. This particular one also has the rear reversing camera, the front and rear parking sensors, but you know, all in all, they come pretty well spec'd as standard. You get the satellite navigation as standard, you get Bluetooth, you get cruise control. In the R-Sport as standard, you get the Xenons with the LED daytime running lights. So unlike certain manufacturers where everything is an additional extra, it comes relatively well spec'd, but this one does have more and above than what is standard. It makes for a really comfortable ride. It makes for a really enjoyable place to be. One of my favourite things that Jaguar do are these really cool air vents. I don't know whether you've ever seen them. I'll get them on the video as well. But you can open and close them. Instead of just turning them on and off like you would in an ordinary car and the vents stay there, these actually fold away. It is quite cool to have. It's a gimmick more than anything. I know it's a gimmick, but it's a really cool gimmick to have. It makes you feel special when you're in it. It's quite cool. You do have a really good layout within the cockpit. So I've got the window switches and the mirror adjustments just on the door card here. Really quite easy, as most cars are. You've got an electronic tailgate on the Sportbrake, so the button for that just down here. Cruise control on the right hand side of the steering wheel. Your media controls on the left hand side here. It's got the 8-speed semi-automatic transmission, and what makes it semi-automatic is the fact that you can change gear should you want to. So you've got the paddle shift on the back of the steering wheel here. You've got automatic lights, which is Xenon with the LED daytime running lights. You've got the automatic wipers as well. The screen's just in a nice tidy position just in here, which of course it gives you the satellite navigation. It's also where this one has the reversing camera. As part of the facelifted model that ran from 2012 up until 2016, they put a bit of a sharper image screen within. It definitely needed it. On the old ones it was all just a little bit blurry and whatnot, but these, they're quick enough, they're responsive, they're a good system to use. You've also got your dual climate control and your seat control and things down on this control panel, but very easy to use, very, very intuitive. You don't have to go through various different menus to try and figure anything out. There's buttons. I still like the physical buttons. It is quite good to have. And the same with the screen. All very easy on the home menu. Nice and easy to navigate your way around it. And a really enjoyable place to be. So the 2.2 turbo diesel producing 200 brake horsepower. It's a 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine. You can of course get the 3-litre V6, which produces 240 brake horsepower. That one there is a more exciting engine. There's no getting away from that fact, although you do have to pay a bit more of a premium if you did want a 3-litre, even in the used car market. And the 2.2 certainly holds its own. It's by no means sluggish. You're not going to be breaking any records, but it's got plenty of power for you to up and go when you wanted to. They both share this 8-speed semi-automatic gearbox, which I think is definitely needed. It's a great gearbox to have. And you do of course enjoy slightly lower running costs. You know, your road tax is £165 for the year, as against £225, and 200 brake horsepower for a car that gives you great practicality. It's not one that you're realistically going to want to be street racing or taking to a circuit. It's more than capable. It's a really nice engine to have. In terms of the comfort, it's a really quiet cabin area. The seats are really quite wide, they're really quite comfortable. The Alcantara is a nice soft touch for me. You can of course upgrade to the full leather. I wouldn't necessarily be too fussed about it because the Alcantara, it is just that little bit softer and you don't get quite so brutally cold in the winter or quite so scorchingly hot in the summer. And of course, if you've watched previous videos of mine, I'm a big fan of a heated seat function, so this one does have the heated seat. It's got electric memory adjustment on there as well, which is really quite nice to have. It's just everything makes sense. That's what I like about this brand, the Jaguar Land Rover brand, is everything makes sense, and especially within this era, you still have physical buttons for everything, which is quite good. In terms of the running cost of this Jaguar XF Sportbrake, Jaguar reckon that you can do 62.8 miles to the gallon on a run. I'm not quite sure that's achievable. I'd take that with a pinch of salt. I'd say you're probably going to achieve 55 miles to the gallon on a run, which is definitely nothing to grumble about. It's still very, very good. And on the country roads that I've been driving today, I've been averaging 49.2. So I'm really impressed with the economy side of things, especially considering the practicality that this car can offer you. It offers 550 litres of boot space with the seats up. You can comfortably seat 5 adults within the car, which is, I think, is a big thing, of course. You've got ISOFIX for child seat fittings. It's just a really pleasant place to be. It's a Jag. I mean, as I previously mentioned, there's something about them. They're a little bit more unique than what the BMW 3 Series can give you, or the A4 Avant or anything like that. They look that little bit different, and I think they're just really quite cool cars. Believe it or not, they actually go through the same rigorous stress testing as what the Land Rover product do, because obviously it is Jaguar Land Rover. So these Jaguars, the alloy wheels, the suspension components and everything like that, they're put through the same level of stress of what a Land Rover Defender would have, or a Range Rover Sport, and I think they're just really solid and well-built cars. Say what you will about the reliability of the Land Rover product, you don't necessarily think that same thing about the Jaguar, do you? But they share the same running gear. This HP gearbox is within the Land Rover and the Jaguar range. The 2.2 turbo diesel they had in the Range Rover Evoques. I'm not saying that they're absolutely bulletproof, they're not, but I think as long as they're well maintained, you can get a really cool, understated Jaguar Sportbrake for less money than what you'd spend on a BMW 3 Series, and I think you stand out from the crowd a little bit more as well. So the 2.2 definitely has my vote. I think it's a really economical engine, got plenty of power there when you want it, and just an enjoyable drive to have. As I say, it's just got some cool features to it, so definitely consider it if you're looking for an estate to give you good practicality and things. And there we have it, guys. So that is my review on this 2015 Jaguar XF 2.2 turbo diesel R-Sport Sportbrake. That's a bit of a mouthful, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do check out the other content on the channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does mean a lot. And I hope to see you for the next one. Thanks very much.